Well, hello, it's Yvonne, your Pampered Chef, and I am going to be making a recipe I've made a bunch of times. It is so amazing, yum, and good. Hardly any ingredients is really what I feel like, and common things that you probably already have. So what I did was I got a half of a French baguette. So it calls for quarter, but I really like croutons. So I made, I actually did half of it. So I just cut up the bread like that. I just stored it really quickly in our insulated bowl. It has a hanging hook. This will keep food cold or warm for up to 2 hours. So I love that when you're doing multiple things going on, maybe on the weekend or holidays, things like that. You can also take a hot dip or something like that, which is great. So I'm gonna actually dump this in our deep covered baker, which is a piece of our stoneware. If you guys are not familiar with our stoneware, oh my gosh, our stoneware is the best. We are the best with stoneware, made in the USA, and so we have all different shapes and sizes. This one works amazing. So I have it stored here with our little protector. These come in a set of 3 so that nothing gets, bumped or anything like that. And this is a pretty new one, so this is our partially glazed one. It actually will go in the microwave. We're gonna make this recipe right in the microwave, kind of crazy, right? So I'm gonna dump all of these bread pieces, which are going to be our croutons that we're gonna homemade, right? So there we go. We got all the bread in there, and I'm gonna throw some oil on top. This is our oil and vinegar dispenser. You can give it a squeeze, and it actually measures up like that. So I'm just gonna throw this oil right down. So much easier and better than like glopping the whole thing in there. I'm gonna do maybe like 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna throw this around so we get all of that bread in here. And then I'm going to add some of our Italian herb seasoning. If you don't have our herbs, I will tell you our seasonings, our rubs, they're all gluten-free, no MSG. This one's brand new, so I have to take this off. A lot of them don't have salt or sugar or anything like that. Oh, my sauce. Okay, hang on. This is always the hardest part of my job, opening up packaging. I'm not kidding. Okay, there we go. So we got that. And this one is delicious. I also love the fact that this one has, let's see if I can read it. Oh my gosh, I can't read it. Okay, I don't know. But I know it's low in sodium as well, okay? So there we go, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna throw this and shake it all over the top, and we're gonna let go. We're just gonna go for it. This holds about 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna dump it in the cap like that, and I'm gonna shake it all over like that, and we are just going to put this in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes, and we're gonna get this bread all toasty and yum. Boom, can you see that? Kind of amazing, right? We're gonna put the lid right on it. A little bit faster, I think, for that. So we're gonna bump it right in here, and then we're going to do some more. Just to show you, we also came out with our microwave cover. It has a lid on there. It's actually collapsible, so I can kind of push it down, which is so cool. It's made of silicone, so if you need a microwave cover, I love ours. So I'll just tell you about that really quick, and then I'm gonna throw this in. It says 3 to 4 minutes. Let's start at 3. And we've got that going right now. Yes, yes? Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're gonna cook the chicken. All right, so every single time I cook chicken, I always use our close and cut set. So that is this white piece and this coated knife that's actually super darn sharp. So I'm gonna use this for our chicken. I'm gonna fillet the chicken quick and easy, and I am going to get this chicken that I put in our leak-proof glass container. And I'll tell you, if I flip this over, nothing, no juices or weird gross stuff is coming out of it. These come in a set of 3. I'm gonna get my favorite product, heat it up here really quickly, and I actually think I just need one side of this, perhaps. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. I always like to use dry erase marker, and then I have the date on there so I know how long it's been in my fridge or freezer. That is always helpful, isn't it? And if you're doing like, if you're cooking with meat, you want to do like 3 days in your fridge. Maybe you want to do like 3 months in your freezer. That's probably a good rule of thumb. I never touch it, it grosses me out. I'm gonna use our large tongs, give it a squeeze. We've got small ones, we've got spatula, all kinds of things. And this just calls for about 1.5 pounds of chicken. So I'm gonna bump it right on top of here, and I'm gonna use this knife, and we're just gonna fillet it across quick and easy. It's actually gonna cook faster, and it's gonna cook more evenly, right? So I'm gonna take it all the way across, just like that. Boom, boom, I think I've got it. And this is probably plenty of chicken here for a recipe. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Yes, all right. So 1 and 2. This is a big big piece. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the freezer as soon as I'm done, and then we can use that for another recipe another time. This is all dishwasher safe. Also great for little tomatoes, for grapes. You can do olives in here. You can do bagels, all kinds of things. Springform action going on. There's no meat on that part. And this is all, like I said, dishwasher safe, so completely safe. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side, and then I'm just gonna kind of trim, I'm just gonna trim off a little bit of this fat, and then I'm gonna throw it on my double burner grill pan, which is my ultimate favorite product in the catalog. So everybody always asks me, what's your favorite product, Yvonne? And it's, I always say the double burner grill pan. I'm gonna use the cast iron grill presses with it. You can get those on the side. I typically do use those when I use the pan. If you notice, what I love is if I'm not doing a whole lot of food, then I can just do one side. We do have a half size as well. This is non-stick, no PFOAs, 4 layers of non-stick. You can dishwash it. It's even fork friendly. Lifetime warranty, y'all, lifetime warranty. So I absolutely love this pan. I've used it thousands of times for pizza, nachos. You can even do cake because you can put it in the oven. It's heat safe for there. I've done pork chops and burgers and grilled vegetables, paninis, quesadillas, everything you can imagine. Okay, so while that's getting hot, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my my oven mitts here. So these are kind of fun, right? Extra long too, so they're total coverage here for you. And then I'm gonna pull that out so that we can see if those are ready to go. I think they might be. If not, they might need just a couple more minutes. So here we go. I'm going to take the lid off, and yeah, maybe a little bit more minute, a couple more minutes. So I'm just gonna show you. It says to move them and groove them around a little bit. So there is, oh gosh, this smells so good. So there is our breadcrumbs, and we're gonna do it for a few more minutes. It says 3 to 4, everyone's microwave is different. I like mine really, really crispy, so I'm just gonna do another 3 minutes, okay? 3 more minutes, yeah? Okay, so then we're gonna cook up our chicken now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season it with the Italian seasoning as well. I love ours because it's not just like ground up seasonings. There's like, you can actually see the different spices in there. So I just love this. I use this one all the time. Southwest is probably my favorite. It's not spicy or anything like that, and way less sodium. I'm actually doing low sodium meal specifically for someone else who has a problem with that. So I'm doing some meal prepping for an older gentleman who I know, to help him out a little bit, okay? So there is the yum chicken breast, and we're gonna grab our, the grill press. This is it, the grill press. So it's got grill marks on this as well. And we're gonna put this right down in the pan. And I'm gonna bring this over so I don't drip or anything like that. I'll get rid of that knife as well. And then you usually can hear the sizzle, okay? So I'm gonna put the seasoned side down. I hear the sizzle, I don't know if you do. And then we're going to not waste any of the seasoning, right? By flipping it back on the pan. So we're gonna shake on the flip side, okay? So we're gonna shake, we're gonna put some more seasoning, and then I just love to take 5 minutes, y'all. Doesn't take long at all. 5 minutes on one side, 5 or even less on the flip side, okay? So let's see here, boom. We're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna check the time on that. And then the next thing we're going to do is, let me move this to the side as well. We are going to, let me check my recipe, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, now we're going to add all of these things into our deep covered baker. So I've got some unsalted chicken stock, and we're gonna measure that up in our Easy Read measuring cups. These come in a set of 4, and the measure markings are inside. The measure markings do not rub off. I have used these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. No worries about that. And then you read it from the inside, so you're going to measure it up perfectly every single time, okay? So boom, 1.5 cups right there. And then we're gonna add a little bit more rub to this because we want some flavor. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more rub, and then I'm gonna add I'm gonna do about a tablespoon, okay? And then we're going to do, some pasta sauce. So I actually bought Burger Bam lower sodium pasta sauce, and then I'm gonna use my jar opener. This works amazing, so I'm just gonna put it right there, and boom, oh my gosh, can you believe that? Opened right up. And so how cool is that? Yes. I think the whole shedang goes in here, but maybe it's 2 cups. Let me just double check that really quickly. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't read it that fast. Okay, so 2 cups. I was right, 2 cups of the marinara sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Pampered Chef Easy Read measuring cup. We're gonna push it down like that. It's gonna go all the way to 2 cups. And then it's usually pretty sticky, but it doesn't feel that sticky. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in, and we're gonna measure it up right there. So we've got that going on, and then let me bring out our deep covered baker, okay? We're gonna add all of these things, including some tomatoes. I'll use our smooth edge can opener and add some garlic to the mix as well. All right, so we've got our croutons, and I'm gonna move them and groove them around a little bit. So sorry about that. All right. Okay, so we're going to take the cover off and see how they're looking now. So, ooh, yum. All right, so looking good. I like them a little more crispy still, but just for time's sake, I am just gonna let them ride, and we're gonna let them go. And there is our croutons. Oh my gosh, these smell so good. And I just wanna eat these right now. Anyone else with me on that? I'm gonna use my small mixing scraper. This is my favorite Pampered Chef scraper. Tell me if you have and love our scrapers. They've been in our line. Oh, you hear how hard those are, right? So you've been in our line, gosh, forever. And we have all different shapes and sizes of these. This one is my go-to. I feel like the small mixing scraper, it's perfect for lots of different things. We've got some seasoning and stuff in there. I'm just gonna throw it in on the bread, and I think we're good there. So we'll leave that there. That will actually stay warm in that insulated bowl. And then we're going to start adding these other ingredients in here. Okay, so we've got the stock, we've got more seasoning. I'm gonna throw that in, and we can scrape everything out. Nothing is wasted. This actually takes the heat to 650 degrees, y'all. And the heads are fused to the handle. They won't melt or stain. Okay, so here we go. We find a little bit more. So I'm gonna do a little bit more here. 2 cups of this marinara sauce, yeah? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna scoosh this in, and we're gonna push it like that. So you see how nothing is wasted. Crazy amazing, or what? All right, there we go. So you can do liquid on one side, dry on the other. These are also classic Pampered Chef products that everybody loves, is our measure all cups. So we have 1 cup and we have a 2 cup. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some diced tomatoes in here using our smooth edge can opener. So I'm gonna put it right there, and we're gonna take it over the top, and you push it and you turn it just like that, and you just give it a turn. Feels like you're not doing anything. I love that I can flip it over my head. It's not gonna spill because it's not cutting the can open. Take it back to the left, it comes right off. It's got the little grippy thing there with the button, okay? So I'm gonna hold onto the can, I'm gonna grip this off. Boom, yes, yes. And no sharp edges whatsoever. This never comes in contact with food. I can literally throw it right back in my drawer. So there we are. Yes, yes. Okay. And that's the other thing too, right? So we can put the scraper in here. It's not gonna cut my scraper up. Okay? There we go. Holiday season, it's kind of fun. You can wash this out, and you can put wrapping paper, put little fudge balls or little cookie balls, put the lid back on and wrap it with a little ribbon or something. If you want to really you really like somebody, then you can actually use our prep bowls. Those come with lids, measure markings. These come in a set of 6. And then I'm gonna throw a little bit of garlic in here. I hope my garlic press isn't in the dishwasher. I feel like it might be. Dishwasher safe. Let's see if I've got it over here. Oh, I do have it. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna throw some garlic in here, kicking up the flavor for sure. And guess what? It's been exactly 5 minutes, so I'm gonna flip my chicken too. So we're gonna give it a press, and we're gonna shoot it out. Did you see that? Crazy amazing or what? All right, take the back of the knife. It actually comes with a little, what I call Barbie brush, and mine's gone with the wind for right now, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm taking all that skin out. I'll show you how that looks. Boom. All the skin is coming right out, and I don't touch this either. Isn't that nice? All right, my husband is Italian, so he loves garlic, so I love garlic too. Boom, there we go. So he would eat garlic all the time. He loved it. So good for you, right? Okay, and there's our skin right there on that one, okay? So there we go, and like I said, it's also dishwasher safe. I use this all the time. Okay, so now we've got tomatoes, and we've got all the things. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the chicken. We're gonna see how that's looking right now. Let me get my little oven mitt here, or not oven, yeah, I guess that's what it's called. Okay, so we're gonna flip the chicken, and let me just show you what it looks like on the flip side, okay? I'm gonna show you. Look at how yum that looks. 5 minutes, okay? People always overcook chicken. It's not necessary. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It looks so darn good. And then we're going to actually check it just to double check and make sure. We're gonna check it. And I have all this stuff all over. And so guess what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use the Pampered Chef little mini vacuum. How cute is this? Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on. And you can't really hear it, but it's going to lift up all of this seasoning and all these things because I tend to be a messy cook. So there we go. So we're gonna flip it all up and there we go, our little mini vacuum. All right, there we go. All right, next thing we're gonna put the chicken in there and then we're gonna grate the cheese and we're gonna put that in as well. So once we put the chicken in, then we're gonna cook it for just 11 minutes and then I'll show you how the cheese and all of that works right now as we're waiting right now really quick, okay? I've got my Parmesan and I've got the cup zester. This thing rocks. It's so fun. You can do chocolate with this, lemon zest, orange zest. I used this last night actually. I'm gonna use my Foundations knife. These also have a lifetime warranty. They'll cut right through this plastic, easy peasy. We're just gonna wait for that chicken, so I'm gonna cut this and show you really quick how this works, okay? So this is the lid, and then it has like a little swiper thing underneath. So I don't even have to look, and I can just move it any which way, and it's gonna grate my cheese up super easy, okay? So easy peasy, grate your cheese any which way you wanna go, which I absolutely love. I'm a cheese girl. I love cheese. I love Parm. I love mozzarella. I love cheddar. I love Gouda. I love brie. What do you love? Do you love cheese too? All right. So we're just gonna give it a rock and roll over here. And then just to show you, and I'll put some in here probably, boom. There is all of the Parmesan cheese. So I can just easily throw that in. We can measure it if we need to, but don't really need to. So I'll do some more in just a moment. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I will do some mozzarella, and we're gonna put that over the top once we pull it out of the microwave, okay? So I'm gonna cut this right in half, and then you know when you use the block cheese, it always tastes better, it melts better, it's actually better for you. And then say you have 8 ounces, this is 4 ounces, so this actually doubles in size when you grate it, okay? I'll use one of our fun products, our double grater. This is coarse or fine, lemon zest, that kind of stuff, or you can do the farm cut. You can also use it right over here, and then it kind of catches everything in there, which is nice. But I'm gonna take this out because this is the most important feature, and I'm gonna use them separately. Sometimes I like to do that. All right, so it's got a cover on it. You know it's really sharp. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start grating down this cheese super fast. And the other thing is once it starts getting small like that, you want to be careful. So then you're gonna put this slider on, okay? Put the slider on, and then you can pop that cheese right down in there. Maybe this big guy will fit in there too, yes, yes. Okay, and then that way you can just do like, you can just grate it super fast and easy. You're just doing a push and slide, a push and slide, push and slide like that. There might be a little bit left at the end. I think Pampered Chef does it on purpose because you know you want to eat it, right? I think you do. All right, so there we go. There's some cheese, and I'll show you here so you can see a little bit better that I just threw all the cheese right there. Easy peasy. Okay, I think our chicken's done. I think it's been about 5 more minutes on the flip side. I'm gonna double check it with our quick read thermometer. I always wanna do that just to make sure, and I'm gonna turn it on. It has a bottle opener, has a magnet on there, and it has the probe that you can put it in a turkey or a roast, and then keep this on the outside. It tells you what the internal temperature of your meat is in your oven. This is just like a quick stick, okay? Quick stick, I don't know, I just made that up. All right, so here we go. So we want it to be at least 165. I can tell it looks so moist and yum already. So we're gonna grab this and we're gonna get the fat part right there, the biggest part. And I will tell you that it says almost there. Almost there. It's at 152. Let's see this other piece though. I feel like this other piece is ready. Yep, 168 for the bigger piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that up. And we're gonna let that other one cook just for a second. And then we are going to put this in our soup before we add in the, for the 11 minutes in the microwave. 11 to 13 minutes, so easy, right? Okay, so I'm gonna grab this and then I'm gonna get the chicken. I hope you can see me okay. I'm gonna cut this down. And when you're watching these videos, just so you know, there's a little part on the bottom right on YouTube that will expand it and open it up. I feel like I'm gonna put down a little bit. Ooh, that might be better, yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna take this chicken piece and we're going to just cut it in little bite-sized pieces, and you see how great this knife is. It cuts right through. It's so darn sharp. Yes. Did I mention it has a lifetime warranty? So there we go. There's all of our chicken all cut up, and there's our cheese. We're gonna bump this in, and then I will show you at the very end how it looks. Thanks so much for watching.